मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स। हेलो हाय फ्रेंड, गुड मॉर्निंग। आई होप आप सब अच्छे होंगे। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं आज का सेशन। आज 19 जनवरी है। आज का काफ़ी मस्त आर्टिकल आया है हिंदू में, उसे हम डिस्कस करेंगे। और ये बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर डॉक्ट्रिन को लेकर है। थोड़ा इसमें मोस्टली नेशनल जुडिशियल अपॉइंटमेंट कमीशन को लेकर बात हुई है। और डेफिनेटली जीएस पेपर 2 और हमारे इंटरव्यू या फिर मेंस में भी हेल्प कर सकता है, सॉरी ऑप्शनल में। तो आज उसके बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं। और इस आर्टिकल को लिखा है सुहित पार्थस्वामी, जो मद्रास हाईकोर्ट में एडवोकेट हैं, काफ़ी एमिनेंट पर्सनालिटी हैं। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो बेसिकली हुआ क्या है, लेट्स स्टार्ट। एक टसल हुआ एग्जीक्यूटिव और जुडिशियरी में। सो देयर इज ए टसल इन बिटवीन एग्जीक्यूटिव एंड जुडिशियरी। Why? Because someday before, when National Judicial Appointment Commission are protected by the government of India, and also law minister criticized this, that Supreme Court has struck down the National Judicial Appointment Commission Bill Act on eve of the basic structure. Also, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar, who is the ex officio person of the Rajya Sabha, or our vice president, criticized that decision of the Supreme Court, that the existence of collegium system is nowhere in the world. Everywhere has a unique facility of the judicial appointment, the thorough process of the judiciary. But in India, there is a collegium system, and that will be deterrent by our Vice President of India. So these are the components happening in recent past, and it will make a mixture of unacceptable things for our committed judiciary. But what I say, committed judiciary is itself a big problem for us, for our sovereignty of judiciary. So let us understand this in a deep discussions, because ये सेशन थोड़ा लंबा हो सकता है, so sorry for that. So चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. So in this year, 23rd April 2023, 50 year past, there is a case called Keswanandi Bharati case of 1973, when 13 judge bench give a decision on a constitutional principle that is known as basic structure doctrine. In this judgment of Supreme Court, the Supreme Court says that Parliament, you can make law, provision, rules, regulations on any matter, and there is two limitations, as our constitution already provide. First limitation is that you can't supersede fundamental right, and second, Supreme Court safeguarded basic structure, under which many things like preamble. Also, basic structure is a doctrine of the Supreme Court. So, Parliament can't make any law to supersede or collide with this basic structure. So, these are the basic structure doctrine. So, what wrong with the National Judicial Appointment Commission? When fifth judge case in 2015 on NAJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commissions, Supreme Court struck down that on the lieu of basic structure doctrine. Many government identity and we can say executive personnel criticize this, that will be not good for us. So what is National Judicial Appointment Commission? At the end of the day, we have to be at least understand the features of the National Judicial Appointment Commission, under which the government, it means executive, know a panel in which 5 persons, under which 2 most senior judges of Supreme Court come on that panel, Law Minister of India on that panel, and 2 eminent personalities. Whoever that, come under this panel. And I know, we all know that those two eminent personality in on those five panel definitely chosen by the executive, most probably. So if any sort of mm, file, appeal goes to the Supreme Court of India, and there need to be a discussions or need to a final verdict on that, there may be a collude of law minister of India and those two eminent personality, and maybe decision of on those issue come a stem by 3 to 2, 3 ratio 2 of that National Judicial Appointment Commission committee. And at the end, Supreme Court two judges of that panel have no veto authority to stop that. So it is the problem of National Judicial Appointment Committee. On that, Supreme Court says on the case, fifth judge's case, that if this ANJAC is going further, what is the our validity of judiciary principle? There is, because there is a thing like judicial independence in India, judicial sovereignty, that will harness. Second thing is there is a CJI, Chief Justice of India, and after that process, uh, CJI have a no meaningful definitions. There is only a mere consultations exist with the CJI. So we don't play this type of game. So Supreme Court struck down that on the of the basic structure. Further, we have to look something more out of that. What is that? This this violate definitely our judiciary principle of sovereignty, independence, and second, primacy of our Chief Justice of India. But what if any judgment come? There is something at that time of Indira Gandhi. We say that there is a slogan by the Indira Gandhi said, "Committed judiciary." But what in the case of that? Executive itself decide who will be our Chief Justice of India, who will be our justices. So that will harnessing the judiciary, fundamental nature of judiciary, and those are not a good provisions for any democracy. So these are the problems with committed judiciary, but said by the Indira Gandhi at that time. But what if now current context? So yes, for democracy, every independent democracy, we need a independent Supreme Court, and for that, if Parliament said, I mean executive said, we make law by passing the bill from Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha, and after assent of the president, everything done accordingly for the becoming an act. And at the end of the day, this act going for judicial review on the Supreme Court, and they will struck down the whole mm, landscape. It means third party who is judicial intervene in my matters. There is need to be a NAJAC and Jack. But whatever want to executive, can they do? No, because there is must be a limitations on every structure. So we can define that that will not hinder our principality of constitution, our constitutional morality and ethics. So these are the things basically written in the articles. And something important is that there is a black spot on Supreme Court already when ADM Jabalpur case in 1970, I don't know exact time, when what happened that there is a case of habeas corpus, and Supreme Court struck down, said that yes, if there is a law and in the time of emergency, um, you can't go to the Supreme Court or any court for the your habeas corpus case. There must, it mean habeas corpus is struck down. Habeas corpus is no more at the time of emergency, but that will be safeguarded after mm, five five judge bench 4-1. Four are agree with that government decision, and one Justice Khanna deny that. But Justice Khanna at that time are the senior most judges of the uh, judges after M. Beg, Mahmudullah Beg, who is the current then Chief Justice of India, and most probably Justice Khanna becoming a who CJI of India. But after those all three judges who are dissented that the ADM Jabal, Justice Khanna, after 2-3 judges, there is another judge A.N. Ray who become a CJI of India. It means there is in this panel of the judges there is a other force executive come in this matter, so that will harnessing our constitutionality of judiciary. So executive have a other role, their defining role in the constitution. So don't intervene in this matter. That was the total view of the article. So this is the important to hold off all situations accordingly. And there also we say that there is a lovely example of first judge's case in 1981, second judge's case in 1993, third judge's case in 1998, fourth judge's case in 2015. These all are safeguarded collegium system, and Supreme Court says no, there is a collegium system. I don't want to intervene anyone to appoint any judges in India, because even those those judges collegium panel also want to sovereignty of that their judiciarity. So this is important for our democracy to be flourishing democracy. There must be an independent judiciary to safeguarded our principle of constitutionality. So these are the things, and as we know, there is something like basic structure one again common matter. What is the importance of basic structure? Let's be see on another case after Raj Narayan case, when Indira Gandhi have to stop to vote in parliament elections or in the Lok Sabha. Raj Narayan case is the case in which Indira Gandhi have a functioning in electoral mark practices in the Raebareli constituency on the Lok Sabha elections. And at that of time, Allahabad High Court said, give the verdict that Gandhi, you don't act their vote on your Lok Sabha elections. For that time, Indira Gandhi is an egoistic person, and they passed 39th Amendment and 41st Amendment, in which under 39th Amendment they said that any of them, president, vice president, speaker, prime minister, in those people you can't go for file a case even after demitted the office. And at the same time, 41th constitutional amendment is at the same, in which you can't file a case on neither on the case of criminal case and or on the civil case. You can't file any case. It means if I am a governor of Bihar, according to 41th Constitutional Amendment Act, I am governor of Bihar and I can do whatever. And even after I am not governor, after 5-year period, I can enjoy our life better. No one file any case against me. But this matter goes to the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court has struck down these two just because of that basic structure doctrine. When basic structure is like a structure which flourishes our democracy in a good manner, good way. So we have to protect, safeguard this, and for that everything which Supreme Court do to committed their collegium system, they must have to, because the executive when intervene, and if executive is very strong like current government, Narendra Modi government, they can do whatever uh, in emergency era, and at the same balance approach is needed. So there is certain limitations on Supreme Court, but that are not go beyond the mm, कोलेजन सिस्टम. सो दिस आर द आर्टिकल ऑफ टुडे. आप सबको मजा आया होगा, आपने काफी चीजें सीखी होंगी. सो थैंक फॉर ज्वाइनिंग मी, एंड आशा करता हूँ आपने काफी चीज सीखा होगा. तो चलिए मिलते हैं हम कल फिर एक बार. ओके, थैंक्स टू लिसनिंग मी. ओके, गुड बाय. जय हिंद, लव यू, बाय.